All right. Well, Tom Venuto, thank you very much for joining me. You guys, anybody listening in, you're listening in with Girlwithnoname from girlwithnoname.com, and I'm here with Tom Venuto. And welcome, Tom, to the interview. Really appreciate having you here.
My pleasure. In fact, I wouldn't miss it because you have more Twitter followers than Ashton Kutcher, so I figure if you tweet this, I'll be famous.
I don't think I have as many as Ashton Kutcher, but
you're close.
Getting close. So anybody who isn't familiar with Tom, Tom is the author of Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle, and Body Fat Solution, two awesome fitness resources that I tap into all the time. But Tom, just in case there's some people listening in who are only hearing about you for the first time today, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Well, pretty much I've been in the fitness business my whole life and worn just about every hat there is. I got my degree in exercise science and then worked as a trainer, and then I worked as a health club manager for many years. And then I got really interested in research and writing. And so today I'm a full-time author and a freelance writer, an internet publisher with a lot of websites and communities online, and a fat loss coach. And I've written so far about 400 articles and 2 books on fat loss. And I'm also a natural bodybuilder. I've been training since 1984, and I've been competing since '89, and that's about 28 competitions. I compete mostly in the natural federations, but I've also competed in the NPC Open as a lifetime natural bodybuilder. And some of the contests I've won was Natural New Jersey, Natural Pennsylvania, Natural New York State, Natural Mid-Atlantic States, NPC Natural Eastern Classic. Still working on that pro card or national title, but yeah, I'm still young, right?
That's right. And you look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
So just to get into the books that we just mentioned, I know you've got some pretty exciting things in the works right now, one of them being this great contest that's coming up, and we're definitely going to get all the scoop from you about that. But first, I'd like to talk to you about something that's near and dear to my heart for a few years now, and that's your books. I've read both of your books, and I totally love them both. And anybody on my blog who follows me on my blog over at girlwithnoname.com does know that. And as a matter of fact, your first book, Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle, was instrumental in getting me where I am now, and it's become one of my workout Bibles. So I just was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about the concepts behind this book and why these concepts work so well.
Yeah, thanks. Well, when I was a full-time trainer years ago, I used to always give my clients written materials about nutrition to take home and to read because I figured that if they ate too much junk or too much of anything, really, when they went home, then all the work we were doing in the gym would be for nothing. So over the years, I kept building on that written material. At first, it was just like flyers and handouts, and then eventually I started putting it into a 3-ring binder until eventually I had this manual, a nutrition manual, and I would give that to all of my clients. And I think that helped a lot because I was helping them with the training in the gym, and then they could take the nutrition information home with them. When I got to the point where my schedule was so full I couldn't take more clients, I figured one way that I could help more people was to take this manual that only my personal training clients were getting and turn it into an actual book. I just had to kind of massage it a little bit so it was cohesive in the form of a book, and that's what became Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle. And I first published that in 2002, and then I heard about ebooks back in 2003, and since then it's been an internet bestseller. And I think, why does it work so well? Well, personally, I was never overweight or obese. People ask me that sometimes because they wonder, if I could relate to them. But I did struggle with body fat when I was a teenager, and I never got ripped to the point where I could see my abs until I finally made a commitment to compete in a bodybuilding competition, and I was 20 years old. And that contest diet was the most effective diet I had ever tried after 5-6 years of trying just about everything. And I really thought that I was onto something, and it really makes sense, too, if you think about it, because when you look at what bodybuilders and physique athletes, which today that includes figure and fitness, a figure wasn't around back when I first started, but when you look at these physiques, they're the leanest muscular athletes in the world. So you look at that and you say, well, what are they doing? If I find out what they're doing, and if I do the same thing, shouldn't I get similar results? And I believe that's true. The only catch is some people will say, well, wait a minute, these bodybuilders, a lot of them take steroids, which unfortunately a lot of times that's true, but I chose to do it the all-natural way, the drug-free way of doing things. And I'm not as big as the pro bodybuilders in the open competitions, but I think most people would say that they prefer the natural physique because the naturals don't have that massive bulk, both the men and the women, depending on